Hello, this is Radio Poland, and I'm joined now by Andrzej Wolf, the director and producer of a new documentary film about Irena Sendler, who was born in 1910 and died in 2008. But there's so much more to the life of Irena Sendler. Andrzej, what's that?
Oh, she's in my opinion, the smartest lady in the world. Her entire life. It's an example what you can fight against the evil and all the worst thing in the world.
Let's go back one step.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our listeners have no idea because she's very little known. Is it fair to say that she's the female version of Schindler, a much more famous person who also did great things?
I think this is kind of mistake, compare her to Schindler, except both of them saved the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only one thing, but in Irena case, it's completely different. This is not only Irena. This is the best women conspiracy in Poland. This is unbelievable. It's at the beginning of the 5 and then it's 10 women. All of them are working in a social help, social security services on the city of Warsaw. And during 4 years, actually, they saved the kids from the ghetto. First, they helped them from the German ghetto, which provided, the founded by Germans, and all the Jews from Warsaw, around the Warsaw, were sent to the ghetto and closed there with almost no food. So at the beginning, the ladies are smuggling the food, and then they smuggling the kids outside when the ghetto was liquidated, and the people were taken to the death camps. Mm-hmm. The ladies organized all the system to evacuate the kids. Not only the kids, very often they saved all the families.
How was very difficult. People were saved?
It's very difficult to say. The problem is the numbers are about 2,500 kids. Mm-hmm. Some scientists, some historians said no, it was less. Nobody knows exact numbers, but even if it's less, it doesn't matter, because it was more than 100. It was hundreds. It's more. So and to tell the truth, there are 20 special centers taking care of the kids. Mm-hmm. After evacuation from the ghetto, and there is one which is the smallest one, and in the smallest one was 80 kids. Mm-hmm. So 20. So
okay. So if that was the smallest one, then we can imagine that the numbers were huge. But there was also, and we'll get to your film in a second. But from what I've read, since I've been living in Poland, and Irena Sendler is a folk hero here in Poland, that she kept a list in a jar which she buried under a tree. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was not in a jar; it was in a bottle. Mm-hmm. But the American girl said in a jar. So it's stay in the jar. This is first. Then after she made a list, and this is great idea and very dangerous, because nobody. During the war, people are trying to help the Jews, mm-hmm. trying to save them. If they save them, they save their lives. And Irena was the first one who saved not only the life but also the Jewish soul. And she said to me, Andrzej, when I recognize this, I understand what I became a Jewish patriot in this case. She was purely Polish origin and roots,
and a Catholic as well.
She is a Catholic, but she was a socialist. Okay. This is very important issue, because and the great lady, and so she made a list to save those kids for the Jewishness. And this is the idea. It was very dangerous, because on the list were the false name, proper names, false names, proper names, and new addresses. So it's really like that list, for execution. After the war, she gave the list to the one of the Paolaisian organization, the chief of the organization, Adolf Berman. And as far as I know, the list is in Israel in the institute, in the Yad Vashem Institute. But this is there are some reasons why they don't want to publish this list, because some of the people doesn't know what they're Jews. Some of them knows. It's like, it's a very delicate question. Issue.
The film we'll get to now. You mentioned that you knew Irena Sendler.
I was working on an American project, a documentary with Irena, and she was very upset about the stupidity of questions, and because people completely understand the situation and their life in Poland during the Second World War and the German occupation and Jewish situation, and because of my roots and because of some part of my family was Jewish, part of Christians, I knew a lot. So the Irena understand what this is completely different situation talking to me. And this is not the interviews. It was 5 years when I walking to her. It's not a house. She was in a kind of
nursing home.
Okay. Yeah, and but it was a small room, and she was great. And so we start to talk about all those issues, but it was like when she was in a good shape and a good humor. She said, "Okay, let's talk." And this is different. Because I was asking her about things which nobody asked.
It was a candid conversation, not an interview.
Why this film is different? Because I'm a DOP, director of photography, and the cameraman. And there is no crew. There's just the camera like this one, and even the previous model. So I kept this in a bag, and then Irena said, "Oh, I want to tell you something." So I take the camera, put on my leg, on no tripod, no lighting, no nothing. And so I have the knowledge how to film it because I'm a DOP. I know how to shoot it.
So it's an intimate picture.
Intimate picture, and it's completely different when you want to confession, and when the crew camera and all this shit. And no, there was nothing except the camera. The camera is lower, and this is why this is so natural, and without, I shoot her on the bed and with a needle, with all those stuff, the medicine, and no problem. And this is the truth.
So this is how we see Irena Sendler, how no one saw her ever before.
For example, she said to me, I asked her, Pani Irena, how you collect the money for saving those kids?
And it wasn't expensive.
Yeah, that's how to. And she said, it's like Arthur Andersen, creative accounting.
Yes.
So we said to Germans, we put the false names, and the Jews give the false names for example, to get the milk. So that this is the beginning, and then it was more difficult and more difficult. But they stealing part of the budget from the Christian kids. This is also a very delicate question, and put those money to the food for starving Jewish kids in a ghetto, and nobody during 3 years didn't recognize the system. So system was perfect.
She She was a clever woman and with a good heart. What is the
and also one thing, you know, after 3 years, there are many organizations who help as well and give the money. The Polish Underground Organization, the Żegota Organization. This is the London Government on Exile organization, which Irena was part of this and was chief of the Jewish Kids Department. And they distribute the money, but after 3 years of war, not that, and that's what she said. You know, we start on the first day.
Your film, what is the message? I know that we spoke a little bit earlier, and you said that your film has already been screened in Polish prisons because you said that it has a certain important message that prisoners in Poland can gain from that.
This is the idea of European Council. This is the year of the against the hate speech and all those kind of things, and also again all those isms, anti-Semitism, all the anti,
which is now rising, at least in Europe.
Especially now, and in our country now, but not only in our country, but all around Europe, because of
the migration crisis, the rise of the right-wing politics, which is rising.
So this is her message. It's really, I mean, it's much stronger than I expect. And the reception of this film in the prisons are exceptional. It's really, I am surprised, and as well in the schools, because I already presented this film and some for young pupils, young students in a school. It's really interesting.
Now, I don't want to sound negative in any way, but won't anything be positively reviewed by prisoners? I mean, they don't have anything much to do, so you take them out to show them a film, they will like anything that you show them.
I ask them, first they cry.
Prisoners crying.
And this is
these are tough men.
You know, they are your neighbors, and the
high security prison.
The youngest sentence, the lowest sentence is 15 years. So this is heavy ones, guys. And you know, there are 30 of them. And I asked them.
They cried.
Not all of them, but they cried. And the opinion was great. And they said, you know, we understand you're showing this film to us, but why this film is not showed already in the schools? So they're smart minds, you know, they understand. And also I asked them, in your opinion, there is what do you think? It's a good idea to present this film in other prisons, and please vote. And 30 hands
out of 30 out of how many?
All of them. There are 30 of them. So this is really interesting, and same in women prison in Neuropole. This is exactly the same reaction, and the people are in their opinion, it's very important to show this, to explain to the people what this is not so simple with all those immigrants and you can always help. This is the message.
The premiere of this film will be on the 27th of January in Strasbourg. An important day is the Anti-Holocaust Day.
Exactly.
How does this film tie in with that?
This is the film, you know, how to struggle with the Holocaust, with the killing people, and who is there are no more innocent people like the kids, and you know. All of them are victims, but the biggest victims are the kids. So this is it's tied exactly to the to the Holocaust, and to this day today to remember. And Pani Irena is also the heroine who could be on the I think this is the one of the nicest and clever and smart lady I ever met, and this is really great lady, and full of life, sense of humor, and completely normal.
Thank you. My guest today was Andrzej Wolf, the director and producer of a new documentary about the life of Irena Sendler. Thank you very much.
And the cinematographer.
Thank you.